Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. I know it's been a while since I posted and I've been taking a short break and I should be doing 3 or 4 videos a week, maybe 3 this week. But yeah, I'm back and I'll be posting a couple videos in the next couple of days. And today we're going to be watching Gopnik Overlord from the EU server. And he's on the Common Test server, which is open right now. If you want to see how to join it, go and watch my video on the Rhinoceronte. And I believe I teach you how to join the Common Test in there. And I also have a video on how to watch your Common Test replays. And yeah, so he is playing the WZ-111-5A. And this is the new Tier 10 Chinese heavy tank. Well, it's not really new, but there was an old Tier 10 Chinese heavy tank that was the Tier 10, and then the 113. And that became a collectible tank, and the WZ-111-5A, which Gopnik is playing today for us, is the new Tier 10 if you finish the tech tree, but a collectible tank if you complete the tech tree. So let's say even if you went down like Chinese mediums or something like that, you would still be able to purchase any collectible vehicle at the higher tier. So Gopnik, he probably has access to the 113. If he had enough credits, he could just buy it without having to research anything at all. And so this has taken the place of the 113, and it just depends. This one is better in some situations, and the 113 is better in some situations. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about the WZ-111-5A right now. So the WZ is it's a pretty well-rounded, all-around, good, all-purpose vehicle. It has a high top speed with pretty fast acceleration. As you can see, he got into this position, which usually mediums tend to come to, without even really getting spotted out in the open and getting sniped to death right away. So yeah, that's got to be some pretty good mobility to be able to get there. He does take one shot right here at the Object 140. He does miss that though. And as you can see, he's shooting heat. And that is because on Common Test, if you've ever played it, you will probably know that you have tons of credits, so might as well spend some on gold, because that's what a lot of people like to do, so you got to combat that somehow. But back to the WZ. I'm not sure why I'm saying Z. I guess I watch too many British YouTubers that talk about tanks, and they say the Z letter, and yeah, I guess that's why I'm calling it Z, but I am not British. But back to the WZ, I shall say. It has a very good frontal turret armor, and it has a very nice peaked hull. As you can see, I'll show you right here. As you can see, this area right here, this has some very nice angles. This part right here on the tank is quite weak if you over angle it too much. So right now, this plate is really weak, this plate's pretty strong, and if you're shooting at it from this side, this plate's pretty weak, and the other plate is pretty strong. So if you over angle your armor in the incorrect way, it's pretty easy to pen this tank, and it has a quite weak lower glazes plate, but overall, this tank has a pretty well laid out armor. Its gun, it's a really struggle for this tank to pen with its AP rounds. Only 250 standard penetration. It's not great, but it's definitely not bad. It's pretty solid, but yeah, it's probably good that he's shooting the heat on the Common Test server, because it might be quite a hard tank to play on the Common Test server if you're just shooting your regular AP, which has not very good penetration. But the alpha on this tank isn't, while it's not like incredible, it's actually got a pretty nice alpha of 490, and with not a too long reload, it actually packs a 2,700 damage per minute if you aren't using any consumables and everything. So that's very easy to pump up to 3,000. And so, as you can see, it's been only like 4 minutes into the battle, and he's already up to 2,000. Definitely not like the most damage that you'll ever see, but definitely not bad damage for the start of a battle. And unfortunately, his team is down by 4 kills, while he managed to break through the flank on the right. His team has let the heavy tank flank be broken through, and they are now breaking through to their base. He has looped all the way around, and he is finishing off this AFK Manticore. I'm not sure. It's moving a little bit, but it's not really moving enough to fight. So the enemies on the other team, they have 2 very powerful FV405s, an Object 261, which is a Russian Tier 10 SPG, and IS-4. And unfortunately, his other friend, which was the T110E4, has been killed, and now it is down to him and the Jagdpanzer E100, and this battle is definitely getting down to the wire. So he gets hit again by the Object 261, and but he's only been penned by HE rounds so far in this battle. But the IS-4 is out in the open. He fires one heat round, and will it pen? Yes, it tracks him, and it does 500 damage, and he falls back for just a second to reload. And the IS-4 keeps pressing up, and he pens in a second shell. It doesn't track him that time, though it looked like it should have, and now he's down to 3 health. So it is very smart what Gopnik's doing right here. He's loading HE to finish off the IS-4 right here, and I'm not sure what this IS-4 is doing. But yeah, he gets finished off right there. And now there's only 2 FV405s, which he should be able to pen pretty easily with his HE and an SPG. But he has to watch out, because the FV405s, if they pen him in the side and roll high, they could finish him here. And he takes 1,000 damage about in all right there. He got hit on 2 sides by HE rounds, and he is able to finish off the Object 261 right there with a very meaty HE round to the front of the turret, I guess you could say, if it had a turret. So it looks like he's going to drive around this way, see if he can flank the FV405, and then he thinks he's unspotted, so he's probably going to go right here. And luckily his Jagdpanzer E100 is able to shut down the other FV405, and will he be able to pen one in here? He does pen an HE round, which puts the FV405 down to a one-shot with an HE round. He's going to come around the corner. Will he high roll or pen? And he is able to shut down the FV405 right there. And this game was definitely down to the wire, and he did get 6,500 damage, which is a very nice damage for a common test, and that's about 7,500 farmed, actually 8,000 farmed, and he is only on 20 more shells, and he got 6 kills, so that's a pretty great round. And now if you want to be featured on this channel, like Gopnik was right here, go ahead and send your replays down in the to my email in the description below, or you can just post them in the comments, and I'll be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.